We join back in for part two, as last week the group had finally disengaged, I should say, with the wyvern. Ichi taking a tumble into the mountain crags and a long climb back. Dante managing to summon the blue flames and cure Volu of the potential corruption that was possessing his leg. And now they've taken a short rest in a safe space and have begun to make some plans on how to next deal with the creature. So, what would you like to do? I'll say in terms of Aileni, she'll do what a cast and do whatever you want her to do. Set her up, however. She can do 1 second level, so that's like pass without trace, summon beast, or web. And she can do 2 more first level.
Right.
She will say the bestial spirit thing she can do. She can summon a flying spirit. It has a fly speed. It can have a flyby attack.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
But it is only normal damage. It won't be like magical damage to bypass any of the resistance stuff. For Volu, you know that Radiant worked. Obviously, you also remember that Necrotic didn't work as well.
Necrotic didn't work. Flame worked.
The fire really worked. To be honest, you're getting the vibe that it's most of the elemental stuff probably will work. But yeah, the main thing to decide is, do you hide and wait around the peak for it to land, or knowing that it's a bit unstable? And you do have the spyglass. I was watching that back the other day. Ichi pulled out so there's potential with Dante's directional that you could probably track it from a deep, if Dante's literally going that way and then he's spyglassing it, it's a big enough creature that realistically it can't approach subtly. So I suppose the big question is whether to wait for it to land on something or whether to take it out of the sky.
We don't have a way to take it out of the sky, as far as I'm aware.
No.
Best shot would be
enough damage. It's about entangle and enough damage. You know it falls if it is hurt enough.
Yeah,
I don't think if we wait for it to land, we can still use entangle and everything. It's just
it's bloodied at the moment as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've healed. It's healed.
Yeah.
Rule number one of playing D&D.
You can assume, but also there is the level of creatures don't necessarily have like class hit dice. Like they do have hit dice, but they don't have maybe as many as you guys do. You can definitely assume it's probably not got up to full again in the hour, sort of thing, if that makes sense.
I'd say go up. Use a spyglass. I can direct where someone would have to find it. I'm not very good at using little things like spyglasses. Then maybe Ichi, are you able to just help with your burrowing, just lift dirt up a bit so that we can all kind of get in certain points and pull it over ourselves?
And then he will say, I probably don't need the burrow. If I stand still, my armor will help me blend. Maybe I have the spyglass. I can stay out in the open somewhere, blend it in, and just take direction on where to look.
I'll pass the spyglass to Aileni.
I think for Ichi, you have been up on there. You can definitely dig 1 or 2 More than that, you're either going to have to go into the nest and then it will know. You just like creatures. It doesn't matter how stealthily you burrow into its nest; it's going to know that its nest has been burrowed.
Yeah.
The other option for Volu is you could, and with some time, maybe make it a bit safer. But you can also hide just within the hole. You can almost make yourself like a seat out of the rope, if you like.
Like as a way to like secure the hole in a sense.
You guys have got enough stuff in terms of like tents and stuff like that you could probably. Again, it means getting up there and doing it while maybe Eleni and Dante are on the lookout. There's some setup here, but it's not impossible. I think you could potentially hide you and Dante if Eleni is out in the open using stealth and Volu is in the hole. That's sort of what I think. If that's the plan you're trying to go for, I think that's where Ichi and Dante thinking about space and such.
There isn't like a tree or anything up here, is there?
No. So up at the peak, Volu managed to use a few of the part of the rock that he came up out of looked like it had been forced upwards. So there are sort of jutty, spiked rocks that he looped the rope around the first time. The only stuff like that, there are large branches and trunks that have been brought for the nest. So, like, if you imagine the entire dome of the nest is made of like, and sizable, right? Not like little twigs. It's like this bit of a log. And
we, out of all the rope, if we separate them up and maybe even cut them in half or whatever, would we be able to fashion like a bolus type weapon from them?
I was thinking less bolus, more snare.
Yeah, seems.
Keep at least two of the ropes tied together. Find an anchor point. Big loop around the nest. Wait for it to come. Pull taut. At least where them won't be able to get up and away.
I like that.
Or it will tear the mountain apart.
My idea only.
Remember that we lost a lot of land up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still some land left. But
looking at that and thinking about that, Bolu, it's a good thought. You think that there's a limit to what will break off. Basically, if you imagine it sort of doing like this at the top, these pieces that are like the thinnest are what we're breaking away. The section that is solidly on top of the mountain, you are probably safe for. Obviously, being careful of the edges and not being forced out there, but
my thought for a bolus over a trap only came about where we could have multiple throws up of boluses. If we use everything on one trap, it only has to get out of one thing.
Why not do both then? Let's do.
Do we have enough?
You currently got 200 foot of rope. That's 4 of your ropes tied together.
If you them in half,
use 100 as the thing, and then make 2. Because again, you're going to have to make the boluses fair. Like they're not normal boluses.
No, they're going to be big, and you're going to have to wrap them with rocks. And
what I was going to say is, regardless of whether you're trying to lasso it or place a trap or bolus it with these things, it's all non-proficient shit. None of you are trained in basically giant bolus.
How are we gonna throw the bolus?
Dante in his transformed form definitely could.
Okay. It would be. I mean, to be fair, my strength isn't. Oh, of course, I do get advantage.
Eleni probably could as well.
So, but if we use Eleni to put
strike it though,
I would have said if you used fairy fire, but snare strike.
Start with that, but once it's down, I can try and tie it up with the ensnaring strike as well as a bolus from you and the rope, and I think as many options as we can, because also it was strong. We don't want it taking off with us attached to the rope.
The more things we have holding it down, the better.
However, it would be a good shout that say if it's down, I don't know how healthy it is for yourself, Eleni, or Volu, to be close to it but we just need two people to hold it to make sure it can't get away.
I can stay up on the peak further up and just be shooting down. That's why I was thinking ensnaring rather than throwing.
So it would. I was just thinking the more people, it would obviously be EG and myself. It would be close combat. I didn't know if
Really, we need you to be the main hitter. Your fire was
yes,
literally quite disintegrating it.
yes, I can say that. I can see that too. Um, just okay. This is going to be a bit meta-y, and you can tell me tough titties. In this hour, because I had like additional health, whatever, like for 40 something hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Um, can I have said that I've changed my right back into my sword beforehand? Because I would have taken damage for that.
You would still take the damage though, because unless
I
that
would
put,
I
do you
would
know
have
what I mean?
taken
Like even relatively, you would have taken the damage and then healed.
yeah,
So unless that took you over full,
it did take me over full. That was why I'm asking.
but then it'll still take you to full, right?
Yeah,
What
so
was it originally?
yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying.
fine. I
So
can
like
ask it.
so
I can
so
say that you did
so
it before you healed. That is
yeah,
fine.
that was what I wanted because otherwise I would have been like, oh fuck,
No,
here,
yeah,
have a
no,
big
no,
load of
that's all
health,
good.
and now hurt myself again.
No, that's fine.
So cool. So yeah, right, we'll be back on my sword. Um, yeah, we just need to. The more of us that can, if it tries to get away, have the chance for attack of opportunities and grab it, the better.
If once it lands, I will try and get it in fairy fire. That will help all of your attempts to trap it.
We go when your spell goes off.
So should we get up there and start making preparations?
We should.
Okay, so I'm not going to ask for any rolls for the climb. You're not rushing, you're not under any pressure. There is now noticeably more wyverns just generally flying around.
Okay.
Much smaller, and again, not directly on top of you, but there's like, as you're climbing, there's like a fight over to your left between two smaller ones that break off and, spin away from each other. Down there, you see one swooped again for Ichi. Actually, a good sign. Probably a sign Big Daddy hasn't returned yet because
Mhm.
all of the smaller, less capable ones are moving quite openly.
Mhm.
Does, however, mean there is that maybe potential threat, but right now they don't seem they seem to avoid this peak.
They still know it's their territory,
Even with
so
it gone, they're not coming over here necessarily, but they're just doing what they can in the time they've
yeah.
got. Um, but you
Me
As
would
too,
we
be able
buddy.
to
Me
make it
too.
back. Yeah, you
as,
would be able to make it back to the peak.
as we get up there, first things first, I'll be with Eleni, this time with my sword, almost like, like with those a watering stick or whatever they used to call.
Yeah. So
Just to
Aylin's
point.
gonna climb up further higher than the nest up on the peak. Find a point where she can nestle in.
I'm going to be with her initially, so I can say point to her in the direction that she needs to be looking.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Hopefully aiding her perception by doing that.
Well, she already has advantage.
Oh, okay.
You're just making it possible because before it would be like, okay, make the roll when it comes in sight. You maybe see it, you maybe don't. Now she just gets to like click and wait to, and you can literally be like, cool, now I see it, trade off.
Mhm.
The DC is much lower with you assisting, if that makes
Cool.
sense, because
Yeah,
she
no,
got
that's...
advantage from the spyglass.
Oh, okay, fair.
That is what the spyglass does. That's why it's £1,000 because it actually gives mechanical benefit.
Yeah, okay, cool. So
Um, but yes, so I will. You can roll. You just roll a d20. You've got dice. Her plus is a +7, so you an advantage +7.
oh, just no, I'm glad for advantage. Uh, yeah, 21.
Okay, easily.
These
Like
rolls have not been brilliant.
maybe about 30 seconds. You're pointing and it's maybe behind a bit of a mountain, and you can tell it's kind of moving. And then you would see, she would say, you would see like a bit of a speck in the distance, and Eleni would say, okay, yes, I think it just caught something. It landed heavy. Seems to be staying there now. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll call out if it moves.
Cool. I guess I'm going to try to fashion some bolas using stones and rope, I
Yeah, so
guess.
I'm gonna ask for. I'm just gonna. It's almost like trap. I'm gonna say survival. It's
Is
more that
is
than
is putting traps down intelligence?
I do. No, because I mean, it would be Dex to put a trap down anyway, because it'd be like a
It
thieves
was more
tool.
to build it. Like,
I'm gonna still say. I'm gonna say still. I'd say either survival or a straight Dex, because there isn't
straight
really a
decks.
skill that
I
applies to it. Um,
straight decks, definitely that.
Survival had the sort of tying ropes and making knots and all that sort of vibe in my
But
mind.
to be
It's
fair,
just it's just Dante you're asking this for, yeah?
Yeah, Dante's trying to make boluses. What are the rest of you doing? Eleni's saying she's got a fix on. Obviously, I'll come to you in a sec after the roll, but Eleni's got a fix on where the wyvern is. She'll call out if it moves. Dante started grabbing, and Dante, you're having to grab different things. So almost like one side, you've got like a very, very large skull and stuff like that, as opposed to because there aren't just like there aren't a lot of large loose rocks up here. Um, but the pieces you manage to grab are big and heavy enough. You find a few rocks to sort of give it that extra weight. And what was your roll? Sorry.
I didn't roll. I was
Right. So give me a
just,
straight. Give me
waiting to see, just in case, say, like
yeah.
anyone
Give
was
me a
going to
straight
get
deck.
advantage or anything. Oh well, that's bollocks. Um, so with +5, that's 8.
Okay. So you fashion it. It's a bit. It was a bit. I'm gonna say the rope. It's not about it not being like the ropes aren't coming apart, but actually as you lift it, it's a little bit heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say it's almost like the throw is going to be a little bit harder as opposed to it just not working at all, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, fair
So I
enough.
don't want to just, it's not like a kaput on you. You didn't roll that bad, but it's not, I mean, you're two off half, right? Like, you're not that. But yeah, it's basically just a little bit weighty, not great, not so great for the throw. Um, but you have fashioned an almost like bolusy net style thing. Bolu,
Um, do I see it be a bit loose?
If
in terms of Dante's stuff isn't loose, it's almost just built not quite correct.
if you were gonna help me, that's what I was waiting before I was
It'd have been
rolling.
before he
Yeah,
rolled.
he would have said, "Hey, I would have aided him for advantage or given guidance." That's why I didn't roll.
But it's all good.
No, no, but that's because Liam said, "Hold on while we wait for a roll," and then I just waited for the roll, forgetting that I could
Sorry,
give guidance.
yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
my bad. I meant more in
that
terms of if you're doing something different, I should be more
yeah.
specific there.
No, so yeah, I was only going to say I could go over and try and tighten it up more because I'll use a survival to try and uh, make it better. But
Yeah, I'll say for this one, it's not. It looks functional. It's just going to be a bit weighty. He's definitely going to have to shift to get it thrown.
okay, fair enough.
That sort of vibe. But yeah, so for your own sort of section, how do you want to secure the hole? Are you just gonna loop and make a bit of a seat out of rope, or do you want to try and secure something?
I'll make a seat out of the rope, but I also want to take some of the a bit of the logs that would fit in the hole and kind of stuff the hole to kind of like
Yeah,
almost plug it, but like 10, 15 feet down, plug it.
yeah. See, so almost well, almost like a bit of a twisted branch that is thin enough to fit in, but will jam at the
Mm.
point that the
Yeah,
hole shifts.
yeah. To
Um,
essentially like kind of break the fall a little bit, so then it'd be easier to stop yourself.
Yeah, so I'll say that you managed to plug it maybe. So if you've made the seat maybe just 5 foot down, so that you
Hmm
literally just like head. Do you want to be just 5 foot down, or do you want to go further? That's purely up to you. You've made the plug about 20 foot down.
I'm 3 foot, so 5 foot's fine.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to check. I don't want to again put you in place. So I would
Hmm
say give me a survival to fashion all that together.
Yeah. 22.
Okay. easily enough. You manage to make the seat, maybe even taking a bit of the log to secure, make it a bit sturdy where you're going to actually sit on it. You manage to plug the hole well enough. Like you think it'll take your weight, it wouldn't take any of these guys' weight, if that makes sense. Like, if any of these guys fall on it, they'll just straight through it, sort of stuff. It will break the fall a bit.
Oh, we can't get down the hole anyways, can we?
No, but if any of you were like, if it opened or whatever, it's not going to secure anything heavier than Volu. And each, sorry, go. I'm not finished in terms of this is just the initial what you're doing in the first thing, but I'm going to check with each to see what they're setting up while you're making your rope and stuff.
Okay. Ichi is obviously going to take 100 feet of the rope. Is going to use their burrow to dig down and in a big circle, so probably about a 20-foot wide section of undisturbed rock, to use that as the anchor, so that the anchor is at.
Oh, well, speech.
So the anchor is actually that stone, that full ground. And what I really want to do is give Dante all the gold that I have, and I will give Volu all the sausages. That's how to get Paul on my side.
Oh, okay. In which case, what I'll do is I'll just Volu. Anything else that you're prepping after you've sorted your.
I know we're not initiative, but I'm essentially gonna hold an action because I want to throw out the spike growth when it turns up.
You can't hold an action for that.
So I'll say I will come to okay, it's incoming now. I will remind.
There we go.
Because you're almost thinking right before it lands, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. So I will note that is what you're prepping for, and I'll make sure we remind, because again it's the same as Lenny prepping to Fairy Fire. She'll be doing it as it's landing. She's not going to be sat there for 3 hours trying to hold Fairy Fire. Sorry. So.
Yeah, so I will dig down so that the anchor was within the mountain itself. I will then fashion a loop with a slip knot, so that it's just as soon as it lands, I can pull one aspect of the rope. As soon as it gains tension on the leg, it'll tighten, so that if it does start flying, it's at least then tethered to the mountain.
Okay.
Some may say that slip knot I'm making is a little bit psychosocial, but we never know.
I love it.
Speaking of, I'll be at download next week.
So I'll say, as each of you finish this first thing, Dante, you sort of finish the bolus weapon. Ichi, you finish creating your snare, and Volu, your seat's in place and everything's plugged.
So just a question.
So Lenny would call out, it's set off. It is.
Whilst I was doing this, there is something I would have asked.
Yeah, go.
Is that so? Presumably, I've got 2 boluses, right?
I would say you would have to cut your rope in half if you want to.
Oh, that was what I thought.
That's fine. I thought you were going for one long one. You can go for 2 25-foot one if you want.
I think so. I mean, that would wrap it, wouldn't it?
It's still massive. It depends whether you want it to go all the way around the body.
The reason I was asking was in my initial plan was I'm not the only person throwing these, but I guess I get 2 turns. So
yeah, 2 throws.
Yeah.
What I will say, Dante, so how much are you moving around and looking at have you just been outside? Because I know, so for Volu, you've sort of gone over and stolen some twigs from the nest. How much are you going in? Because as much as for Volu as well, all of you do feel uneasy. Or the closer you get to it, it's almost like It's like the feeling you get around hallowed spaces.
Imagine that for someone who doesn't really believe in any of those things.
I know I'm on about even mechanically in the game.
Oh, right.
It's like almost religious-y for each of the players in the thing. You've all been around spaces that are like death consecuted or like all those sorts of things. It almost feels like that to you
Mhm.
as you get closer to it.
I'm not sure, say I would have really. I mean, but I feel like Dante probably would have actually investigated it after at some point. So like he would have done his bit, and if there was still time, and we need to dig the holes, right?
You still got a little bit of stuff to
Yeah,
do. And I will say, so
yeah.
Dante, as you're finishing and sort of standing up and maybe having a think about the nest and having a look, you can definitely see the two forms of the dead mother and this almost like weird deformed um
Sibling.
corpse sibling that doesn't seem to, or notably doesn't seem to be decomposed in the same way. But as that happens, Eleni will call out. It sets off. It is kind of moving towards us. It's looping.
It's gonna be look. It's gonna be scoping. We need to hide. We need to dig these holes. Ichi, can you give me a hand?
Certainly.
Okay, so you two can start digging the holes. I'll say, give me. I'm going to say more of a survival because it's actually more about placement of the holes as opposed to like, can you dig them? You've got a burrowing speed, but how you disturb it. So each is one more being quite careful, and then replacing it at the edges so it doesn't look like upturned earth and stuff like that.
So is it advantage because two of us are doing it?
Yeah.
I would aid if I could, but I don't. I don't have any. I would say I'm level wise. Don't have any.
That's a 16. And the advantage gives me an 18, which means plus 6 is 24.
Nice. So I'll say on the map here, just sort of roughly in a 5 foot space, put a square where you want to, or even just put yourselves if you don't, if rather than drawing, to represent where you're going to, which hole you're going to be taking, possessing.
So, are we saying we're gonna want the wyvern in the nest?
Also, Beecham, could you do a circle for where you've placed the snare footing?
Will do.
Is that because I'm
The
trying to figure
black
out?
circle is the nest, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
The entrance, the sort of curved bit, the entrance side is this side. If you imagine these two corpses are pressed up against the back wall.
And so I'm gonna position myself where
Oh, so do you want to go outside the nest itself?
me.
No, I'm talking about the loop of
Oh,
the snare. Sorry, Beecham. You want the full, sort of the whole like outside of the nest covered.
Basically, yeah. So like when it comes in, it has a little bit of like movement to move in, and then it's a pull.
Okay. Um. So yeah, Ichi, just place yourself where your hole's going to be.
Oh
It
yeah, I
doesn't
forget
have to
I'm
be where
still
you're stood
on the
right this
wyvern,
Excuse
aren't
me?
I?
moment. Where his burrow is going to be, and then obviously Volu, when it starts, you will be on the
Is
actual hole.
Eleni gonna be casting Pass Without Trace on us?
Essentially, she's still watching, and as you're sort of finishing up digging the hole, the first sort of signs, Eleni will say like, "It is heading this direction, but I've lost sight of it. I will keep fixed, but as it
Can
moves
I?
through the peaks, yeah." So Dante, as you look, it is sort of shifting slowly, but definitely sort of the arrow's sort of shifting upwards. It is down right now, as if it is lower
Mhm.
than your current position, but it's
Yep.
slowly shifting upwards.
He's.
Um,
I'm gonna just call that. He's coming up, circling.
as you're saying this, all of the other wyverns have gone. As you sort of as you scan the skies yourself,
I'm gonna call out and just be like, I think it's time to hide.
Eleni will jump down from her spot as low as she needs to go to catch you all. She would probably call you all over to closer to her side. She will cast Pass Without Trace. and then you can all get in your positions and hide.
Where's the
Rolling
hole?
stealth?
Yes.
The hole's that little blue bit.
It is up at the top.
Yeah. Before I stealth, I'm gonna gather the thorns and twigs that I collected from the nest and scatter them across the floor and cast spike growth. I'm gonna do it. Are we still using the map for reference?
Yeah, so you can draw a circle. Each of those squares is 5 feet.
My stealth is 30.
On the left of the little paintbrush, if you click it, it should give you an option for an ellipse. Or that will do as well if it lingers. I can't remember, so I might cover the whole area, to be fair. What's spike growth?
I'm surprised you're doing that before
20-foot
before
radius.
it lands.
It's better to do before it lands.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, ouch. It's literally going to grow over the top
so
of me.
the ground looks natural to any creature.
Are you sure it's 5 feet, the floor? Because it's saying it's...
Well,
yeah, that is 10 feet.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
because you're doing from center.
More, that's 20-foot radius.
Yeah.
It's from the center. That is why.
Well, when I'm playing Baldur's Gate and I played a druid, honestly, spike growth is a beautiful spell.
Yeah, so if you cast it before a creature can see make a perception before it can see the area, it camouflages to look natural.
Oh, cool.
And the creature has to make a wisdom check against his spell DC before entering it. So he might see it before landing, but also it is going to be extremely difficult for a creature that relies on certain senses to necessarily do this. So Volu, you run out, slap down the area.
Hang on, is that you holding it down at the moment?
No, I said it's a linger.
Oh, cool.
There's an option. So
okay.
So Ichi,
sorry, Ichi.
Little bit weird of you get into your hole, and actually that's probably
just goes over the top.
Weird for Ichi specifically, but it's almost like the soil that you're sort of bringing over yourself grows little thorns like you have almost.
I am at one with the dirt. The dirt is at one with me.
Camouflages over again.
As long as he doesn't move, it's fine.
So all of you guys can see the spikes, and to be clear, you all know if you move into the area or if you move 5 feet within it, you take damage. That is all creatures. So
give me a nod and I'll drop it as soon as I need to.
I think I'm worried it's going to land and it go, fuck, something's wrong, and fly away.
Maybe. But
that's why we get it with a snare.
That, as long as if he lands in the thing and not lands on the edge and walks in.
It's all possible. So what I'm going to ask for...
If so, I fucked it all and we can have a long rest. And I can get my spell slots back.
I'm going to ask for a D12 from each of you, please. And also your stealth, if you haven't told of me already.
So my stealth was 13, my D12 was 10.
13 with the plus 10?
No, 30.
30.
30.
Do I get an Ichi bonus?
Not to stealth.
No, it's
only a saving throw.
Oh, dear, sorry.
You do get a plus 10.
You do get plus 10 from Pass Without Trace.
Ah, amazing. Stealth. Which one's stealth? Because I really needed that. With that, it's 17.
Okay.
My stealth 14.
With the plus 10.
With the plus 10, because I roll with disadvantage.
You do.
And I have a -1 to Dex, so...
Oh, so we basically we rolled the same number, but I have a +2.
Yep.
His passive is going to be probably reasonably high.
Okay. So you wait for what feels much longer than it probably is. And for Volu and Alenian people with that have spells up, you know it's not been longer than 10 minutes, but you're almost like, shit, my spell's gonna run out before it even lands. And then you start to hear the of wings struggling to beat against the weight of its bearer. And as you see the wyvern sort of crest the backside of the peak, it comes over from this sort of side. You can see that the reason it's going so slow is currently in its talons is a doe or other sort of medium herd-like animal. And it is with its weight and its weight, you can see it's almost like carrying at half speed. You know what I mean? Like, as it's just... And it initially comes to a heavy sort of around that side.
Such an idiot. Okay.
It turns for a second, and you can see there's like it takes some large chunks of meat and sort of tosses them up in the air. And I'd say that currently everyone can hear it. Only Eleni and Dante have like direct line of sight. I'd say for Ichi, you can almost see the colors shift through the nest. Do you know, like the cracks in you can see roughly where it is, but not direct. And for Volu, no line of sight just yet. Before it does take a turn and start, for now that you're not in the silence again, that clicking noise it starts to do as it starts to scan and move. You can see that it almost, Dante clicks all the way up to the edge and almost like crumbles a bit of the edges. It's like...
Just to remind everyone, the trigger is the fairy fire, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And everyone knows what they're holding.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Dante, your 30 was needed as it walks over the top of you. You feel like that. No, because essentially the talon like lands here, but it's because it doesn't like scrape along the floor, sort of walking, right? So it's like one talon here, one talon right next to your waist, but its body is just sort of lumbering over you where you are in your hiding space. As again, it sort of just stops before. What is your spell DC, Volu?
You're mute. Jinx.
Yeah, because I started screaming, going, wait, what we're holding?
What's your spell DC?
When the creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 of piercing damage.
It hasn't moved in yet. Before it moves in, it needs to make a wisdom perception against your spell DC. So at the top of just the spells section, it should say spell DC and a number.
Oh, so like save DC?
Yes, that.
14.
Okay, so you see that it does sort of halt, but it's sort of like... And it beats its wings a little, and it's almost, for Dante, it's confused as it's like beating its wings and sweeping its tail. And it will sort of take a tentative step forward, so it will take the first 2d4 of damage. If you want to roll that, please, Belder.
Oh, I also forgot there was one thing that we did say at the start. I would have transformed as well prior to him arriving, because we said that I get advantage on the throws.
7.
Okay, as it takes
piercing damage,
that initial stab, it almost like jumps and like again trying to like fly, as it's not flying away, but it's like kicking out with its claws at whatever just attacked it essentially. And I'm going to say as it sort of hits up, Lenny is well, so it's currently just out of the snare for where, if you look on the map, it is sort of
Oh, so
positioned.
I looked at one of the other bloody wyverns.
No, don't worry, don't worry. Yeah, so it's currently 5 foot off the ground,
5 foot away
flapping
from the snare.
and flapping and clawing,
Mm-hmm.
and Lenny will just pop fairy fire from her stealth position, covering the area that only encompasses the wyvern. So it sort of almost goes past, and you see that the wyvern almost like just spins to like follow the zff of magic that passes it before it explodes out. And only a 5 on its save, so it does immediately begin to glow.
Right,
As
okay,
the
well,
trigger, what we'll do is we'll do as initiative, but then it just doesn't get a go in the first. I will say, as a Lenny triggered it, she won't be part of the surprise. Essentially, she's done her action that would go in it.
so are we doing our held actions and then we have our surprise round?
I mean, it depends because also some of you haven't necessarily held to do something right this
True.
second.
I have.
So I know you have.
Yeah.
So your held thing, I'll say, will go the second that fairy fire happens. Because I assume, because for Ichi, he might want to stealth a second longer. Like I don't want to necessarily say he has to pull it because it's whatever. So I'll say for Dante, your trigger has gone. If you want to make an initial, I'll say you can do 1 as the reaction, and then we'll hit initiative.
So what is a improvised throw?
It would
So is it just
be. It's
dex
going to be. I'm
without?
going to say it's your athletics essentially because these are. This isn't like throwing a weapon essentially. You are almost hurling a bolus as an actual.
So it's an athletics, and that's well, it would be advantage anyways because of the glowy glowy, but I get advantage because of my hybrid form as well. And so, dirty 20.
Okay, definitely hits. Only a D4 of damage, essentially improvised.
4 points of damage.
Okay, nice.
Reduced to 2.
And okay, again, not a great roll on the save. As you see, it tries as it sort of the second, and for Dante, I think a little bit confirming what you thought about at least one of its senses. The second that bolus is like spinning through the air, it shifts at it as if it's like a flying creature trying to attack it. So again, it can't see, but it is definitely detecting like shifts in the airwaves almost. And it raises up and tries to like claw at the attacking creature, but that causes the bolus to actually like tie its feet.
Does it stumble into the?
So it's gonna stumble straight down, taking another 2d4, as it's almost trying to like get its claws undone and it positions its wings down. I'll say for Ichi, right now, one of the wings is down in it, but it is sort of stumbling that direction if you want to pause a moment longer.
I'm holding for it to get a little bit closer.
2 points for your 2d4.
Okay, thank you. And now we will have an ish from everybody, including it, but it won't. No, Eleni could probably go if it's a separate.
Oh, lovely.
17.
Okay, Dante, 17. And your I'll mark whose stealth is broken and whose isn't. So Dante's stealth is broken. Eleni's stealth is broken. Volu and Ichi still have theirs. And then to be fair, Ichi, you are lucky that because it would probably detect you if it wasn't currently being fucking harassed.
Yeah. I'm very much counting my chickens right now.
What's your initial, Ichi?
26.
Oh, beautiful, considering you
Rolled a 19 plus 7 to initiative.
Nice. Volu, what's yours?
What's my adage is it's +2 +3, isn't it? 16.
16 for Dolly. It got a 9, and it gets a 10. Okay, so EG, you are first.
And I am holding my action to pull and to tighten the snare the moment at least two of its actual like legs are within.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. In which case, we come to anything you want a bonus or no, you're fine because you're still trying to stay stealth, aren't you?
Still trying to stay stealth.
Dante. You have sort of burst up out of your hole.
I'm going to... Yeah, so is he classed as grappled at the moment or restrained? I don't know what the bolus condition is.
Currently grappled. Well, technically, I'm going to say currently grappled. Technically, it knocks it prone like a normal bolus, but that's kind of what it did by making it land. But yeah, we'll say just grappled with 1 on it.
I'm gonna accept the damage, annoyingly. I'm gonna leap over to the opposite side of him.
Okay, so you'll take only a 2d4 instead of like 2d4 per 5.
Yep. So
I'll let you. You can roll that if you want. Or Volu can roll it. Depends.
I'll have Volu. It's his spell. If these are 2 4s, I'm going to be very upset with you.
1 4, 1 1, 5.
Okay, to reduce to 3. Yeah.
It's not. It's not magical. It is magical, but it's not.
It's not. It's just classed as
piercing. Yeah.
Classed as piercing.
And I'm going to just kind of go. Just
get in the snare.
No. I think it is gonna be magical because actually, like, genuinely, like, when read a spell like Fireball, does it say magical damage or does it say does fire damage?
Fire would be fire. So
you know what I mean? Like, we just assume spells are magic damage.
Okay.
I'm clarifying. I'm not saying definitively. It's just that like
I don't have an answer for you.
If you cast a spell and it's just doing like force damage, I just assume it's magic damage. If you hit them with something and it's
I guess. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I would say maybe that's a rule to check up on, see what people think. But if I'll go with what DM says on this.
The other thing that you should check is does your resistance say non-magical?
It says to non-silvered.
It and also others. Blood Matter, Crimson Rite, Hybrid Transformation. 3rd level, you learn to control. As a bonus action, you transform. You can speak, use equipped, and wear armor while on the form. You can revert to normal form as a bonus action. You automatically revert, blah, blah, blah. Your feature rules, same as Lycanthrope, it doesn't actually tell me what those things are. Just, I can change it here. That's so much easier.
Feral Might. You are from non-magical, so yes.
I thought it was non-magical. So either way, I'm good.
Non-magical attacks not made with okay. So 5 points of damage.
Okay. So I'm gonna just be like, gotcha time, and I'm just gonna attack it, grab it, and I'm effectively pushing or grappling and moving with it, either or. I think it'd be funny is just to grapple and move with it.
I mean, it's kind of great scraping along the ground. It'll take some damage, but you're almost like, because its legs are now in a pinpoint together, you grip, topple, and then just like shift forward.
So Do I have to do a strength?
It will be athletics versus it, but it is I'm going to say it's a disadvantage because
And
it
I'm
is.
at advantage, yeah.
Okay, so wait, 12 is what you were trying to beat.
Ooh. Oh, well, I think so. That's a 23.
Okay, you easily. I'm going to say you can shift it sort of 10 foot.
That's fine. So
Yeah, I mean, that's all you need to, but I'm going to say you can't push further than that just because of the weight.
yeah, that's fine. So effectively, I've kind of flipped him over more than anything.
Face planted. And I'm going to say for Ichi right now, it's not that his feet are in it, but like head, wings, like neck, and it's that top half of it that's now fully like face planted
So
through the.
Is that taking 10 feet's worth of damage?
yes,
And it
as
does,
well
but it's
as,
going to
and
take 4d4 as well, so feel free to
I'm
roll that.
assuming that's me as well because I would have moved.
Well, it depends whether you want to move the entire 10 foot with it or whether are you trying to stay next to it the whole time or are you trying to just. Because that one move you've done there is 5 foot. You will
Yeah,
each just take 5 foot. If you want to then just like a bit further, but then you're not right next to it. That's purely up to you.
I am going to be right next to it, so
Okay, then you
I'll
would
take the
take
fall.
both. Yeah.
So is that
And then
there kind of
yeah,
thing?
then you're gonna slide him fully into the. So now Ichi definitely
That's
entire, essentially
Would be more
entire
that
body.
it'd be right in the middle because that was the
okay.
direction it would.
Okay.
Okay, that's 6 points for you, Dante.
Thank you. I'm then going to just howl out now.
Okay.
Yeah, with it majority, well, like all of its torso and everything being in, yeah, I will pull the snare.
Okay, and as you around the creature, I'm gonna say it does have a deck save, but at disadvantage because it is
Drone.
prone, ensnared, wrapped up. Um, yep, no, all good. So how I'm gonna say that because of its positioning,
Hmm.
how you can sort of move with it, but how do you sort of want it? Do you want it to have wing and neck? Do you want it to be purely around the feet? Like, what are you going for with it?
With it fully falling in, I'm going for kind of like around torso.
Yes, it's almost like
Like, yeah, like
under a
shoulder,
wing and above
yeah, like
a
that kind of,
yeah. And
yeah.
I'll say um just 4 points of damage as you sort of shift through
Hmm.
the spikes a little bit to
4 points
get it
of
looped on.
piercing, yeah.
Yep. But you do
Cool.
manage to
Half
snugly
to two. No,
almost
non-resistant to piercing.
diagonally over the shoulder and neck,
Cool.
but under one of the wings.
Lovely.
Um, anything else from Dante? Because technically we are still your turn. You've shifted it forward. You've used one attack on the grapple essentially,
And how much movement? Because it's difficult terrain here as well, isn't it?
and you jumped. So, so I'll say you've put. So you jumped in. That'd have been 10. It's
Hmm.
15 to stand up
I
because you were
didn't.
pro.
Oh yes, of
You
course.
were in a hole, so you
Yep.
burst up out of the hole, sort of thing. So
Would that not have been in my
you
the
can only have
reaction?
an action. You can't move and action as your save
No,
thing.
as in the react, like in the initial
Your
round
held
before.
action to
Yeah, it
throw.
was before the initial.
Yes,
Oh,
that you can only have a
sorry.
reaction. So
Yes,
you can only hold an action if
yes,
that
yes,
makes
yes.
sense.
Sorry.
So yeah, so 25, 30 where you are right now.
Uh,
And yes,
so
you are right at half speed when you move if you want to move out of it.
so is he now tied up? So I can
So he
now
is
move.
currently like over the shoulder and under a wing, looped around, legs kind of, and again, it's almost like a grapple on the boulders. They're not tied. He is still sort of pulling against the rope and trying to snap it and stuff. But it's currently got one round it.
Going to pull out the sword, and I'm gonna because I'm still within 5 feet of it, aren't I?
Yes.
So I'm gonna go step.
Okay. Well, you one step because you've used athletics.
Well, fuck you.
But yes,
But
step.
Stab.
And you
step.
do have advantage
No,
because you've
Advantage.
stab.
prone it. Oh,
Yep.
it's glowing. You all got advantage
Yeah.
for all your attacks. It's glowing.
Just everyone's got advantage for everything.
Mhm.
So
I will
that
say Lenny currently can't see it. She'll have to move, but that's fine.
uh yeah, that will definitely hit. I rolled a 16, so that's like +7 or something. Yeah, it's +7, so 23.
Okay, definitely a hit.
And so that is 2d6 plus 5 for an initial point of damage. So that's 4, 9 points of normal slashing. And for my crimson right there, 4 points of crimson of the fire.
Okay. You slash through the creature, and as the flames again just disintegrate sections of it. Give me a perception, Dante. You're not very perceptive, so this
Nope.
could be very fixated
Oh,
on the fire.
I rolled a 19, so 18.
Okay. So Dante, as you slash through it, where normally like blood splatters, it's almost like purpley bits of like goop that are then disintegrating after they land. As some of them hit the floor, it's almost like the flames coming over them. Some of the smaller pieces shift from purple to black or white and don't burn up.
Oh, as if it was from this plane, a part of it, presumably.
Something like that.
It's kind of like
But
symbiotic.
and it's like you slice and it's as it hit the floor. And you didn't see anything happen necessarily, but as we move from Dante
Oh,
into
for a final thing I will say is just go, Volu, drop your spell.
Drop.
Okay. As we come to Volu, this is your surprise round still. So you can hear the thrashing. I'd say that peeking your head out, you don't have a clear line of sight, but you can see that the rope that Ichi is holding is tight, and Dante is currently sword out, stood at the entrance of the nest.
Go, 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 go.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna move to get a line of sight and cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay, so you would probably just have to shift out, just to be next to Ichi, or that's that sort of distance as you climb up other side, just so you're not up the peak, unless you want to be up the peak.
So you'd have to climb.
Yeah.
So half speed.
Okay, and then what is it? Just straight rolls, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or is it advantage?
Advantage because it's glowing naturally before you even hit it.
And it didn't see where you were, and it's tied to like up to looks like a Christmas ham at this point.
Not very good rolls. 16.
Just hits.
Hey, what's that? It's 4d6.
I love Guiding Bolt.
Great spell. And to be clear, so we're all aware, I'm literally going to wrap up the Eleni and then we're...
Beautiful. It'd be nice because like Emma will be able to come back to
the start of the proper fight. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have, yeah.
How much damage? Sorry.
12 points of radiant damage.
Okay. That radiant bolt fires in and strikes it almost. I always imagine guiding bolt as like a firework because it like illuminates the area and again causing the creature to glow even more than it already was. And again, running that still perception, Dante, towards the mother, almost like nestled in between the mother and the sibling. Something glowed in reaction to that spell. Almost not enough time to think about it as Eleni is going to not fully descend, but move down so that she can see. And is going to... She will say to Ichi, should I ensnare it now or wait?
Hold until it tries to fly.
Okay, and then she'll just loose 2 normal arrows like at it instead of firing a special one just yet. Actions. Longbow. She has advantage.
What kind of save is it for an ensnaring strike?
Strength save. That's the other reason that she's like, should I use it right now? Because so first arrow hits.
Yeah.
Second arrow just hits.
Is there any mechanical benefit to using it now? Like, because it hasn't got disadvantage on strength. It's only got disadvantage on dex because it's prone, right?
Yeah, and it would only be the benefit would be if it fails, it's restrained. So, but that only gives you advantage to hit it, which you all currently have.
Yeah, yeah.
And she would have
yeah.
to drop Fairy Fire, to be fair, probably.
Yeah, no, let's
sacrifice.
hold
That should be
until it.
that should be when it's out of your guys' reach.
Yeah, once if it gets out of the bolus, if it gets out of the net, and then if it gets out
And it
of
starts getting away,
and it
drop Fairy Fire.
passes me and you,
Yeah.
that's when she fires
So,
and I throw my other bolus.
17 points of damage. You will see, Dante, as you're up close, those arrows again do sort of skip off the armor of the beast a little bit, but still managing to cut it. And on its turn, it turns and roars out, almost half in panic, but also half in anger and frustration. And again, Dante, in the corner, there's another little glow, but slightly different color. As all of you, can you make me a wisdom saving throw as it ripples out with its corrupted roar?
Beecham, what's your distance on your thing? Is it
Just
10?
10 feet. So
Is it 10?
Everyone but him.
Bollocks.
Yeah.
What save?
Wisdom.
Oh, fuck you. Huh?
Eleni steals herself against it.
15?
18.
30-20 for Ichi.
All of those in the protection of their paladin watching over them. Dante, what was that number again?
15.
You feel almost like that crippling bone chill take over before your own flames burst up and you just resist. And as you wash off that that feeling of fear, and the wyvern in front of you wrestles with its own bindings, that is where we will call this week's session. Thank you very much for playing. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you want to see more and want to know when the episode's coming out, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you know when the videos are going to come out. And as always, roll well. Bye.
Nice.